women don't particularly get caught cheating like that because they never switch their pattern. See, it's a pleasure for the dude that she cheating with to be getting that cat, so he's willing to adjust to any schedule that she had.
Men aren't consistent with how they cheat. Women are. So if we saying we're going to the grocery store, we're gonna tell our man. We're gonna tell the man that we cheating with, hey, can you go buy some groceries? I'm gonna come up.
We cheat differently, and the results for women are better because of many things. One of them, though, the main reason is because men aren't as observant as women are. A reason why I find myself like not ever taking what red pillers say seriously is because they just say what's convenient in the moment. Half of the red pill, I won't say half of them, they all say that, they all will do this. In one moment, marriage is the most important thing on the planet. They don't understand why women don't want to get married. And then in the next breath, they're saying men are the ones who don't want to get married anymore. And men are they hold the keys to marriage and blah, 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 right? They say whatever is convenient in the moment to paint whatever picture they're trying to paint. And usually that picture they're trying to paint is a negative one of women. The whole marriage thing, for an example, they talk about like women not being faithful to their vows and, going back on their vows and all of that stuff, as if men don't disregard their vows way more than women do. But, they're trying to paint this narrative that women are less trustworthy and they're actually the problem. And, that way men don't have to work on anything and we don't have to be accountable for any of the issues and, whatever. We could just keep things the way that they are because I won't mention your dirty laundry. I won't air out your dirty laundry if you don't air out my dirty laundry. Like that's the game. I rarely, I won't say rarely because for me, I just don't catch it that often. But it's like playing like a game of like Match. If you ever play that game where you like flip over the cards and try to remember like memory or whatever, you have to remember stuff sometimes. And I'm glad I remembered this. I remember this dude saying the complete opposite thing that he said in this video right here. I'm about to play for you guys.
Women cheat better than men.
They don't.
We do.
Y'all don't.
We do.
Y'all don't.
There are people that I know to this day that will take it to their grave on how long they've cheated and how many they've cheated with, and their men never knew.
Women do not cheat better than men.
Why do you think that?
The reason why women do not cheat better than men, I'm going to tell you why it's this false narrative that women cheat better than men. Men are not messy as women are. Okay. See, this is the thing about a man.
Wait, men aren't consistent with how they cheat. Women are. So if we saying we're going to the grocery store, we're going to tell our man. We're going to tell the man that we cheating with, hey, can you go buy some groceries? I'm going to come over to your house and we finna do our little do. And I'm going to just pick the groceries up from your house and come back home to my man.
So you ready? Back to what I was saying. Women are not.
He wasn't even listening to what she was saying. But remember what she said, though, for later.
Better than men at cheating.
Okay.
Women are messy. Women are emotional. Women demand more. See, like, you got to understand, as a man, it's a flex for me to be able to sleep with you when you have a man. And I can't wait to send you back home to your man. Okay. Usually when a man is cheating with a woman, eventually if the dick is good enough and the timing is good enough, and then she starts to get envious and wants you to be her.
If the man is lying to her enough and keeps gaslighting her to keep her around, telling her that he's going to leave his woman, then she starts to believe it. And then, yeah.
Man. So she starts leaving lipsticks in cars and lip glosses in cars and scratching backs and hickeys on your upper thigh and on your upper collar. Like, women actually want to get you caught because women become territorial. A man can fuck on you for the rest of your life and smile in your husband's face, shake his hand, go play golf with him and never say nothing.
Okay. First and foremost, I don't like this argument. It's a stupid argument, right? Like, it doesn't matter who cheats better, who cheats worse, or whatever the case may be. Cheating is bad and wrong and unhealthy, and we shouldn't be doing it, right? We know that. But the reason why this conversation is even happening is because men are actively trying to lie about the things that women do, again, so that they don't have to take accountability for the things that they do. The whole narrative that women are just as sneaky as men, or women are so sneaky and so devious and all of this stuff, it's just so men don't have to take accountability for us being sneaky and devious, when we know we are the most sneaky and devious fucking bastards on the planet. That's why. Also, saying women are messier than men is hilarious to me because what? Women are messier than men since when? We gossip more than women. We lie more than women. We pick fights more than women. Like, what are you talking about? We're way more combative than women. Why would you think women are messier? Like, that's hilarious to me to say on his face. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, that just doesn't make any sense. So he just wants to paint this narrative that women are so messy. Women cheat just as much. Women cheat as just as well, whatever the case may be. But at its core, why he is saying this, it's not because he actually believes any of this, right? He's doing it for clickbait because he's a grifter. But also he wants to paint a negative narrative about women whenever he can, right? That's what it is. He even brought up the whole women are emotional, they got to slide that in there, like men are so rational and logical or whatever, hit on all the points, right? Okay. Now, remember what she said, right? Remember why she said women cheat better. Remember why she said women cheat better, right?
We're going to tell our man. We're going to tell the man that we cheating with, hey, can you go buy some groceries? I'm going to come over your house. We're going to tell our we're going to
Man.
Wait, men aren't consistent with how they cheat. Women are. So if we saying we're going to the grocery store, we're going to tell our man. We're going to tell the man that we cheating with, hey, can you go buy some groceries? I'm going to come over your house and we finna do our little do. And I'm going to just pick the groceries up from your house and come back home to my man.
Women are more consistent than men are. That's what she said. Women are more consistent. They keep the continuity better than men do. Remember that. Who is this? Lo and behold. Let's listen to what he had to say a year ago. Not even a year ago, like 6 months ago.
Women cheat better than men. It just is what it is. Women cheat better than men because men always break their fucking pattern. That's why she knows that you're cheating. Don't you know that you're predictable? You've been predictable for the last 5 years. Now, all of a sudden, you want to start going to car shows at 12 a.m. in the morning. You can't be serious. Women don't particularly get caught cheating like that because they never switch their pattern. And see, it's a pleasure for the dude that she cheating with to be getting that cat. So he's willing to adjust to any schedule that she had. Don't you know she cheating on you at the same time going to pick the babies up from daycare in the daycare parking lot? When she going to BJ's, she giving up that blowjob at the BJ's parking lot. When she going to Starbucks, she meeting him in the bathroom because she never switches up her pattern. She doesn't get sloppy. Women cheat better than men. You so dumb. She telling you she going to go do something for the house and she's actually going to go do it, but she'll leave you at home with your biological kids, the stepkids, and everybody else. She done got a babysitter from in-house. But y'all hear me though.
You can't make this shit up. This is why I don't listen to red pill grifters. The red pill manosphere, they are grifters. Now, I can understand you growing, you having an opinion, and then you changing your opinion, and then, coming up with like a rationale, like, hey, no. I used to say that, but I came across some information. Now I don't think that anymore. Like, I'll give you an example. I've always thought it was the right thing as a man to pay for the dates, right? Like my whole life. I've never, and not women to pay for dates that I've been on. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like, if I had money, I always paid for dates. You know what I'm saying? For me, it was always a money thing. I just didn't have the money. If I didn't have the money, the woman, if she invited me out, I would tell her like, hey, we can go out, but I can't pay. Oh, no problem. I'll pay. Okay, cool. Long as they know and we go out, that's fine. Right. I was young. I was 20, my early 20s or whatever. But I always believed in, men should, what I'm saying? Like we should pay for the dates. Like if you can pay for the date, you should pay for the date. Fast forward, I got in this space. I started to think about it. And I was like, yeah, it just seems kind of like you're buying into the patriarchy and because, gender roles and, all of that stuff. And I was talking to some women that I knew, some of my mutuals, some of my friends, and they were like, no, it's because we still have to do da 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 da. And then I was like, okay, that makes sense. Because the patriarchy is still in place and capitalism is still in place. So yes, until those things go away, I fully understand why women are still like, nah, I'm not paying for a date. I don't care how feminine I am. I'm sorry. I don't care how much of a feminist I am. I'm still forced to, I'm still forced to suffer the consequences of being a woman in this rigged system. Cool. Totally understand that. Since then, I went back to my old, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, men pay for dates, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And I tell people that, like, I tell people that story so that, because I've said that before. It's like, no, just, I ain't fucking flipping up. I ain't saying what's convenient. I changed, we're like, and I've said this many a times. Everybody heard me. I've told that same story. That's okay. I don't mind you growth, you disagreements, people putting you on the game. That's what the space is supposed to be for. That's what these spaces are made for, to me. But y'all are just fucking grifting. Because what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? When it was convenient, you was yelling and spitting. Literally, if you watch that second video, he was yelling and spitting on his phone that women cheat better than men. And then when he flipped it around, it was men cheat better than women. When it was convenient, when he was trying to go viral, right? He already tried to go viral with the other one. Then he said, you know what? I'll do a new take and I'll say men cheat better than women. Now, I'm going to give you my synopsis on this real quick. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Women and men, we cheat differently. And the results for women are better because of many things. One of them, though, the main reason is because men aren't as observant as women are. Men are not paying attention to their women the same way that women are paying attention to their men. So, yeah, you know what time she gets off of work, but you don't really know what time she gets off of work. You know, when she comes home and she doesn't want to talk to you, you don't mind because you don't want to talk to her. You don't go, damn, something's different. She don't want to talk to me no more. Whatever the case may be. You're not really picking up on that type of stuff. When she starts to wear a different perfume, you're not really noticing that. When she starts wearing perfume, you're not noticing that. Men miss so many quote unquote little things, day-to-day things, because we're not clocked in. We're not paying attention to our women at all. Flip that around. Women are more observant. Women pay attention more. So, it's harder to slide things past women. Both of the people, the woman and him, both acknowledge that, but at different times. The woman said, yeah, we don't change. Men change their patterns. He said, women don't change their patterns. Same fucking thing. Men do. Men change their patterns. Men, yeah, we get off at 6. We start coming home at 8. We go hoop for 2 hours. We start hooping for 4. Or we stop hooping, but we go out anyway. Like whatever the case may be, right? We're changing our patterns. Or as he would say, patterns. That was throwing me too. That's why men cheat worse than women and women cheat better than men. That's all it is. As far as the extracurricular shit, yeah, I do think that men, I think that men are easier than women. So a woman could have many side dudes. Like she has more access to me and she can get with 10 side dudes. You know what I mean? Like none of them, and give them aliases and they don't even have to know her name. They don't give a fuck. They gonna hunch on her. It's harder for men to get women. So you have to give women more to get, to gain access to them as a man. You do have to, your lies are even, you're giving them more stuff, right? Because you're telling them more lies. So a lie is an investment as well. But women don't have to lie to men. A woman could walk up to a man, say no names. I don't want to know your name. You don't know my name. All I want to do is to be fuck buddies. And the man would be like, let me think. Yeah. And, off to the motel, hotel, Holiday Inn, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really all it is. But to say that men aren't as messy as women is fucking ridiculous. Men be out here killing their side women and killing their wives for their side women every single fucking day. So I don't want to hear nothing about men ain't as messy as women. That's fucking messy as it gets, sir.